There are people who would prefer you never found what I am about to tell you. Not because it is dangerous in the way violence is dangerous. Because it is dangerous in the way a key is dangerous when handed to someone who has been locked in a room their entire life. This is the key. You have 48 hours. So here are the rules that make this video dangerously effective. Follow them exactly. Rule 1. Full attention. You are alone with this. Nothing split. Nothing running in the background. Your undivided mind or none at all. Rule 2. You complete this video, not most of it, all of it. The mind that exits halfway has already chosen the old identity. Rule 3. No passive watching. Every phase I give you is an instruction, not a concept. The moment this video ends, your 48 hours begins. No transition time, no preparation. The end of this video is the start of your assignment. Rule 4. Tell nobody until you finish. This is not modesty. This is neuroscience. Talking about a commitment before you execute it releases the same reward as actually executing it. Your brain believes you already did it, and you never start. Stay silent until the assignment is complete. Rule 5. Come back. When the 48 hours ends, you return to this video. You leave one comment. What changed? Not what you hoped, what actually did. That comment is the final step of the assignment. It closes the loop. 5 rules. Simple, non-negotiable. If you are still here, the assignment has already begun. The first 8 hours have one job. Give your brain a target it can actually move toward. Most people set goals. They build plans, but they never sit down and describe in precise behavioral detail who the person is who achieves those things. The achievement is not the target. The identity is the target. Without a clear identity, the brain defaults back to the most familiar version of you every single time. So here is your first assignment. Sit down, get away from your phone, and write. Not goals, not achievements, the person. How does the future version of you think when a problem appears? Not what they do, how they think. Is it panic or analysis? Blame or ownership? How do they speak? In rooms that make most people shrink, in conversations that usually trigger your defenses, what does the future version say and how do they say it? How do they move? The posture, the stillness under pressure, the way they enter a room. Your body communicates identity to your own brain before anyone else sees it. What behaviors do they tolerate and what do they cut without negotiating? Because every strong identity has a list of things they simply do not do anymore. Not because they resist them, because those things no longer belong to who they are. How do they react when things go wrong? What do they feel? And what do they choose to do with that feeling? The future version of you is not emotionless. They feel everything. They just do not let the feeling make the decision. Write all of it. Specific, behavioral, honest, no fantasy. Only the version of yourself that is brutally honest about where you are and brutally specific about where you are going. This document is your operating manual for the next 40 hours. The mind cannot evolve toward an identity it has never clearly seen. Here is why this step gets skipped, because it is uncomfortable to sit with a brutally honest picture of who you are not yet. Because writing down the specific behavioral traits of a future self feels presumptuous. Because the gap between who you are now and who that person is feels too wide to acknowledge directly. Do it anyway. The discomfort of seeing the gap clearly is far less costly than spending another year closing your eyes to it. Now you have seen it. Phase 2 begins at hour 8. For 10 hours, your only job is to catch and immediately override every behavior that belongs to the old you. Watch for these 7. Hesitation. The pause before something you know you should do. The moment you feel it, act. The hesitation is the old identity buying time to pull you back. Do not give it that time. Laziness, not tiredness. The choice to do less than you are capable of because nobody is watching. Catch it. Override it. Emotional excuses. I am not in the right headspace. Today is not the right day. These are not reasons. They are the old identity protecting itself using your own voice. Name them. Continue anyway. Validation seeking. The need for someone else to confirm you are on the right track before you move. Your future self operates on internal authority. Stop asking. Start deciding. Distraction addiction. The reach for the phone the moment things get uncomfortable. That discomfort is the work. Stay in it. Weak posture. The physical collapse that happens when nobody is watching. Slumped shoulders. Eyes that drop in difficult conversations. Catch it. Fix it. Every time. Weak language. I will try. Maybe I cannot. These are identity statements. Every time one forms, replace it. I will, I am, I choose, I decide. Old behavior does not just reflect the old identity, it builds it. Every repetition of a weak behavior is a vote, a signal to the brain. This is who we are. You have been voting for the old version of yourself for years. For 10 hours, vote differently. Every repeated action votes for the person you become. For 12 hours, you do not try to act like your future self. You are your future self. Every decision runs through them, not through who you were this morning, the posture they hold, even when nobody is watching, the discipline they operate with, the ability to stay with one thing without the brain pulling towards something easier, the way they speak, less noise, more weight, fewer words chosen more deliberately, the emotional control, the gap between what you feel and what you do with it, a wider gap, a more deliberate choice, the decision-making, not from fear, not from habit, from the version of you who already knows who they are. The discomfort you feel performing behavior that does not match your current identity is not a warning sign. It is proof that it is working, that discomfort is the gap between who you are and who you are becoming. The only way to close it is to keep going. Most people stop here. They feel the discomfort. They interpret it as failure. They go back. That is why most people stay the same. Here is something worth understanding about why imitation works neurologic. The brain does not clearly distinguish between a behavior you performed and a behavior you rehearsed with enough intensity. Repeated performance, even when it feels like acting, lays down the same neural pathways as the real thing. You are not pretending. You are installing. Your future self is not discovered. It is trained. Phase 4 asks one harder question. Can you hold the new identity when you are tired, when friction is high, when part of you genuinely wants to stop and the only thing keeping you going is a decision you made before the difficulty appeared? For 10 hours, perform the new identity under exactly those conditions. Finish tasks while tired, because the future version of you finishes things regardless of how they feel while finishing. Stay calm under pressure, not by pretending the pressure does not exist, by choosing what to do with it. Maintain discipline without motivation, because by this point, you have proven that motivation was never a requirement for action. Reject weak impulses the moment they form, before they build momentum, because weak impulses gain strength in the seconds you spend thinking about them. Anybody can feel powerful temporarily. After a good run, after a moment of clarity, that feeling is real, and then it goes. Very few people can behave powerfully while uncomfortable, while tired, while doubting, while nobody is watching, while results have not arrived yet. That gap between the people who feel it and the people who hold it is where the entire trajectory of a life gets decided. The nervous system only respects behaviors repeated under pressure. There is a version of you on the other side of this phase that you have never met. Not because they do not exist, because they have never been given enough continuous evidence to emerge. Every time the going got hard, the old identity took over. Phase 4 is the first time you have given the new identity enough sustained pressure to prove it is real. Phase 4 is where you earn the new identity. At hour 40, find a mirror, stand in front of it, look directly into your own eyes, and say these 4 commands out loud. Weakness is no longer automatic. Discipline comes before emotion. My future identity decides my actions. I move before hesitation grows. Say them slowly. Say them directly, like you mean every word, even if you do not yet. The average person negotiates with their own weakness every single day. They debate the impulse. Give it reasons. Let it vote. The trained mind does not negotiate. It gives commands. This session teaches your brain the difference between the two. The final 4 hours, no weak language, no emotional excuses, no hesitation rituals, no unconscious behavior, only execution, clarity, controlled action chosen by one person, the version of you that has been running this assignment from the start. By now, something is happening that is difficult to describe until you feel it. The old behaviors are starting to feel wrong, not difficult to resist, wrong, like they belong to someone you remember being. When the excuse forms, you hear it differently, thinner, less convincing, like lines from a script you have read so many times you can no longer deliver them with feeling. And the new behaviors, the discipline, the focus, the controlled response, those are starting to feel less like effort and more like direction, less like something you are forcing and more like something you are following. That is not motivation. It is structural. The brain beginning to accept new evidence about who you are. Every override in phase 2 was evidence. Every uncomfortable drill in phase 3 was evidence. Every difficult moment held in phase 4 was evidence. Every command in phase 5 was evidence. The brain eventually accepts whatever identity behavior repeats consistently. You just gave it 48 hours of consistent evidence. If you completed assignment 52, something already shifted. Discipline felt less like force and more like direction. Excuses sounded thinner, more artificial. The future version of you stopped feeling like a distant idea and started feeling like someone already here. You do not become stronger after you feel ready. You become stronger after behaving differently long enough for the brain to adapt. Assignment 52 was never about motivation. It was about identity reconstruction, forcing a new self into existence through behavior. Before the confidence, before the results, before anyone else can see it, because that is the only sequence that actually works.